Welcome to Living Free in Tennessee, where we talk about building the life you choose on your terms. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024, and this is episode 856 of Living Free in Tennessee. And it's an interview show day, so I've got Brian from the Lots Project today, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I've been messing with this Amazon influencers program, and I think it'd be really cool to jump on and talk about that." And that was like a month ago.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for like a second and a half. And so he's like, let's do it at the end of the month. So he's going to talk to us today about 1 month in. Before we like get him to tell you who in the heck Brian from the Lots Project is, though, I want to talk about our featured event of today's show. And that is the Fight Like a Girl class. Bear with me on this. A lot of self-defense classes teach women to fight like men. But Sonny Puzikas has he's actually experienced real violence where you have to fight your way out to live. And his philosophy is you fight to win, you don't fight fair. So he put together a class where he just evaluated the strengths and weaknesses of how women's body architecture works, what they can do to tap into that to then turn the tables on an attacker. And he's put together a self-defense class that will be Friday before Self-Reliance Festival. That's April 5th. It's about a 6-hour class. Even if you're not fit, you can do this class. There's a theoretical part. There are some physical parts, but he is able to tailor it to your physicality. That's over at selfreliancefestival.com. You can just on the homepage, you can sign up, or you can sign up if you go to the tickets page. I also want to thank our two sponsors of today's show. The first sponsor is Discount Mylar Bags. Toby from Discount Mylar Bags reached out to me at Hollow Roast Coffee. Oh gosh, maybe 6 months after I launched my Kickstarter, and he's like, send me one of your bags. He evaluated it, got a bid from his vendors, because what Toby's good at is sourcing things in bulk and then passing on savings to you. He set up a whole business called discountmylarbags.com to be able to pass on savings to you. It's his secret power, but he's also done something pretty cool where he's put together a list of food storage best practices, how to size Mylar bags, what O2 absorbers to use, what other ways to store food. That's over on the right-hand column. That's all free. You can just go there and read it, because to him, it's important that he not only pass savings on to you, but that you don't get stuck with a whole bunch of giant Mylar bags of stuff if you're only a family of two. And then once you open one of those puppies, it's like you either got to reseal it with a different O2 absorber, or you could just have more bags that have smaller amounts and your whole life is easier. Our second sponsor of today's show is freesteading.com. Freesteading.com is a, freedom of speech platform that's a lot like Facebook. It's kind of like Facebook in the early days, though. So you see everything. There's not an algorithm. You can say what you want there. People can decide they don't want to follow you. Whatever. That's over at freesteading.com. It's a bunch of self-reliance and homesteading folks. Really great group of people. Check that out, freesteading.com. And with that, we're going to bring Brian on. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for sitting patiently through all of that.
Oh, no problem. I was actually interested about the Fight Like a Girl. I didn't know if that was for women or if that was open to men and women, because it sounds like that could be a pretty valuable course for a dude too.
Well, I should ask Sonny if a guy wants to come in and kind of take that class, if that would be cool. It probably is cool. Like, the idea isn't like, we're women and we can't learn to fight around men. It's more like, hey, this is how you draw somebody in and then surprise the crap out of them.
Well, right. Oh, yeah.
Out of the situation. So, yeah. He has a whole video. I'll be sharing his video about that. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So who or what is a Brian from the Lots Project? How did you end up like transitioning from your life out on a homestead to what you're doing now?
Oh, man. What is it is the question, I guess, that I'm trying to answer. But I had a homestead, like you said. My wife and I kind of dipped out of the normal society slowly, all at once, very slowly, and then all at once. Kind of knew something wasn't going on like way back in 2012 and got out, did a homestead thing. We were in Minnesota and realized we didn't like the cold. that much. And building something there, we realized that we were just handcuffing ourselves with short growing seasons, and just the how much harder it is to do the stuff in the winter. And we realized that as we got older, we didn't want to deal with that. Like, we wanted to be making it easier as we got older, not harder. And so we decided we were just going to go find someplace else to do that and start over. Probably pick up some undeveloped land and start from scratch and use what we learned to do it again. When we started looking for that new property, we realized that we needed someplace to live when we got there, someplace to have some way to have power. And so we were like, oh, we'll build out an RV and just live in that while we figure it out. And then it came to the fact that, like, if we're going to travel and then build out this RV, why don't we just travel around and actually look for someplace instead of just picking someplace going there? And that's how we got to where we're at. So we sold the farm. I had started we knew we were doing that. It took like 2.5 years from the time we decided we were going to do it till the time we actually took off. So kind of started this whole social media thing. We had a lot of stuff laid out from the farm. We had YouTube and Facebook and all of that from doing the farm, but we kind of transitioned that into this project, and that's the Lots Project, which basically stands for living outside the system, whatever that really means to you. And by saying that, I really cover a lot of shit, like homesteading, survival, RV living, off-grid living, side hustling, and all sorts of stuff. By selling the farm, it kind of financed me an opportunity to kind of pursue what I wanted to do. Not obviously, I couldn't have a normal go to it job, and my wife works remotely, so she has some stable income there. And so we were able to kind of pursue some of these social media content creation, side hustle things. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I took about a year and really pursued a boatload of different things and set up a lot of small trickle things. And then we came to like the end of last year when I started talking to you, and what I decided to pursue this year.
Yeah. So something that I think is cool about your story is a lot of people are like, I want to transition into working for myself, or I want to do that, but they run into this, my life costs too much problem, where I am trading my time at the job for enough money to pay for the things. And there's lots of different ways you can go around doing that transition. What I love about your transition is you realized, if I get my expenses down to almost zero, I have a lot more flexibility, and I can still live a decent lifestyle. Like in your RV, you live a decent lifestyle, but you had to make some hard decisions. Like, you can't just have 2 years of food with you in the camper camp.
Right. Oh, for sure. For sure. To the first point you made, I want to be able to live below the poverty line as far as what society says is an income that's below the poverty line. I want to thrive at that income level. I want to have no debt. I want to have no, obviously I'm in a depreciating asset. I'm not building wealth with an RV like a house, but I also don't have a mortgage, and I don't have that type of situation. So going at it a different direction and buying properties and buildings within my means really changes the dynamic and what you have to make for a living.
Yeah, and that's always a catch-22, right? Like, I live in a $350,000, $75,000 house.
Right.
That's how the mortgage works, right? Over 30 years or whatever. And so when you look at what your total payment is for your home, it's actually quite a bit more than your home actually, quote unquote, cost when you bought it, because you've made all those payments over time. And I'm not talking like, taxes and insurance. That's like literally just the loan with the interest.
Right.
And so but at the same time, if you didn't pay your mortgage, you would be paying rent somewhere, unless you go super simple.
Right. And we didn't know what that looked like when we took off. We we knew we wanted to travel. We knew we wanted to go around, kind of target some areas that we were hoping to maybe buy some property in, kind of seek out community members in different places. If somebody, like I went to Texas and helped somebody work for a winter, then we came to Tennessee and I'm helping Tim work on his property. Things like that, that really makes it available to us. But we didn't know what it looked like, whether we would just find some place and settle down, if we were going to just roam around forever and just pick up little parcels here and there. And I think we're going to kind of end up at a hybrid of that, have different locations, but have one really base location. And I think that's going to be in this area we're at now. So that was a big decision factor in what I decided to pursue this year to actually kind of ramp up some income.
Okay, so tell us, let's go there. The Amazon Influencers Program, which I almost misnamed in the introduction. You I think you saw my synapses going, wait, it's not the affiliate program. Don't say affiliate. It's different than the affiliate program. What is the Amazon Influencers Program?
Sure. Yeah. Well, the one is Amazon Associates Program. That's the affiliate links. That's anybody can sign up for it. You got to have 3 sales in 90 days. It's the one you got kicked out of, basically. And yeah, it's
big garlic cooler.
Yeah. And so I've been in that a long time. Never had a ton of success with it. It just kind of was there. And I just posted links or shared them when people asked for them and kind of talked about it on my show. And I never really thought about pursuing Amazon as an income stream, just because I had never really gotten any traction with it. But they have a separate program that you have to apply for separately, that has some restrictions, I guess, some base level social networks. You can apply using your YouTube account, your Facebook account, your TikTok account, or your Instagram account, or combination thereof. They don't put out any like hard floors of what will get you accepted. Through trial and error and applying a lot, I found that YouTube is about 2,000 subscribers. They'll let you in. I don't know what the numbers for those other platforms are, but basically you apply and it gets you a different set of eyes on your stuff. Basically, you're making videos and content for Amazon, for the website, for Amazon.com. So like when you go and you click on a product and they have the product images, and then there's a video, usually by the manufacturer, but then you'll see related videos by content creators doing the product demos or unboxings or reviews. And those are the videos you're making once you get accepted into this program. That's one. There's 3 different things that it opens up to you, but that's the main thing, the main benefit to that. So you're not just posting links, you're making videos and they're getting put right on the product page. So you got even like, I don't know if that's a warm lead or like a steaming hot lead looking to buy something.
Yeah, so. And you get credit for that if they look at your video and then buy, basically.
Yeah, basically, if they watch your video, so if they watch 30 seconds of your video, if the video is longer than 30 seconds, or the whole video if it's under 30 seconds, and then they end up buying a product, you get a commission just like you would a affiliate link. And then it also comes with a storefront. Basically where all my videos get posted. You can do photos of products and tag the products in them. You can do idea lists is what they're called. Basically, like I have recommended RV products, and then I've tagged all my RV products from Amazon that I've reviewed or used. And then you can share those lists, you can share those videos. They have shareable links, clickable links on the photos. So basically it's like Amazon giving you the tools to succeed with the associates program.
Yep. Yeah, Red Flyer Media says, I've been doing the influencer program a bit over a year, rarely do a live, but the product eval videos have given me a decent side income.
I haven't looked at I haven't looked at the live yet, and that was the third thing. So the storefront, the videos placement, and then you can go live. And I haven't even explored it. I'm just kind of I'm trying to dive super deep into what I'm doing to see if I can make it. And then I'm documenting it too. So I'm getting like dual purpose. So I'm putting it all out on YouTube with my actual numbers. Like, I don't give a shit if anybody knows what I make from it. It's all pretty public anyway.
Yeah, you're like, I'm paying taxes on that anyway, so whatever.
Right. It's not fence post money, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you say are the high points in January? You've done this a month. What
Yep.
is your initial impression of the program?
Well, it takes some adjusting to how you make videos. There's certain restrictions, there's things you can't show. They review every video you put up. So they're like, you submit it, they review it, it gets rejected or accepted. And so learning those adjustments, and some of those things are like you can't reveal any personal information. You can't I can't just repurpose my YouTube stuff, the YouTube stuff, because if you say hit the like and subscribe, they'll reject it because there's no like and subscribe in their platform. So you really have to get to their AI bots that scan the videos. So some of the stuff that gets rejected, you're like, why? It could have been a barcode or a license plate in the background of the video, kind of stuff. So that's took some getting used to, but once I kind of figured it out, it is what it is. Like, you just do it naturally. Everything's delayed. Like, they only update statistics once a day, which for a guy that like checks stats constantly on different things, that's kind of taken an adjustment. But it works. It I'm seeing returns from it. So it's good. It's worth it. I'm starting to see correlations. Like, it's been a month, so it's been 4 weeks of data. I'm actually working on week 4 report before the show, and so it's only 4 weeks of data, and I'm not really at a critical mass yet where it's just kind of doing its own thing. Like, as I'm adding more videos, I'm seeing better results. And so it's been worth it enough to me that I'm going to add in a paid extension that I found through a YouTube video through a guy that does the program that's kind of done similar to what I'm doing, but he's a year ahead. And he developed an extension to help like aggregate all the data and all the stuff that I'm doing manually now. So I see enough of a value to invest in it. I see some upcoming challenges, and I'm starting to address those, like running out of products to do videos on. It's all about volume.
Nomad life hashtag.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a transitioning minimalist, and I'm trying to do product videos and put up as many as possible. So that's a challenge that I'm coming up with some cool solutions to. But my impression really in the first month is it's worth it if you actually put some time into it.
How many videos have you made?
As of today, I got 47 posted.
Okay.
So
and how much money have you made this month?
$250.
So 47 videos, $250. Some people would say that's not good enough. What's
It isn't good enough
to that?
My goal is, my first benchmark to where I'm going to really consider success is 100 videos, and my second benchmark is 1,000 videos. So it's all cumulative. My first video that I was making money, so I uploaded a huge batch. You upload 3 to get qualified. Like, you have to upload them and they go through a rigorous review process, and once they are approved, then it just goes through like the AI review. It's a shorter turnaround. The second video I uploaded after being approved has been one of my best conversion videos since I started. It's for the Stanley Boil and Brew camping French press. I made a sale on that yesterday. I uploaded it on January 1st. I'll make a sale on it in January and February 25th, and I'll make, so it's all going to add up. That $250 isn't go away. It's just the base of what's going to come in February and March, and so that's the goal. I know that things flip over, and it's not just like forever, but it's a ball, a snowball effect, I think.
Yeah, sort of like long tail.
Absolutely.
So something you did a year ago could pop back up depending on what's going on. Do they like control how many videos per product are able to go up? So you have to find something where it's not saturated.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, if you can generate your own traffic to your storefront, that's the golden ticket. The product placement videos is for, I think it's a real benefit for people that don't have huge audiences. And that's my kind of angle on my YouTube series is I don't have huge audiences. I have a social media presence, but it's not huge by any means. It's below average, I would say, for someone trying to make money as an affiliate marketer. I don't have 1 million TikTok followers or, but the product placement and being smart about what videos you post, the products that you choose to review, where you're finding those, if you're reinvesting the money that you're making back into making more money. I think if you work the program inside their rules, you can really work the program.
Yep. And so your initial thought is there's some strings, but it's more worth the investment than the affiliates program.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, my conversion rate on my links, when I post links in like my show notes or a Facebook post or everything, I mean my conversion rate is in the 1 to 2% ish. First month Amazon affiliates was like 13%. So
influencers.
Yeah.
It's 13% for influencers and 1% for affiliates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it the other way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Guys, that happens when you're live. Like you think one thing and your mouth says something else. Want to make sure.
Yeah, no, for the new program, it's 13%.
And that's your first month. You're not even an old hat at making the right kind of video.
Well, and that's so tomorrow actually. So I promised myself I wasn't going to fund this thing. Like I wasn't going to spend money up front to make money. I'm more than willing to invest part of it back in to make more money. So I was going to wait a month and a month for sure to lock in a first month's income before I invest in anything. And the first thing I'm going to invest in is that extension. It really dives into what the monthly sales of the product is, how many if videos are turned on for that product, because you might do a video for a product and there's no placement on their ad, like they don't have that turned on in their Amazon ad. So it filters out all that. It filters out if there's available videos, because once it's full, like you asked, do they limit the number of videos per product? Well, it's usually 8. So there's 2 different places. It's called the top carousel is right there by the product. And then those recommended videos down at the bottom is a bottom carousel is what they call it. But it filters through all that stuff and lets you know if there's a spot for your video or if you're going to be competing against other videos. So having all the data to sift through it instantly with a click instead of me having to click on every product and go count the videos and, oh, can I make a better one than that? What's the conversion rate going to be on that product? That's all then going to be spit out for me for like $30 a month, I think, is the subscription on that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. I've been really like as soon as I made my first $30, I was like, I want to get this and try it. I was like, no, I have to wait till February 1st.
That rules. Yeah, a good friend of mine, like with his spouse, the rule is your hobby has to at least pay for itself or make money. And it kind of sounds like you're taking that same approach. Red Flyer Media says you don't have to purchase items from Amazon. It just has to be a product that is sold by Amazon. I've gotten stuff at garage sales and done product videos.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. That was actually one of the tips that the guy that I found on YouTube and I've been kind of following. He runs a Facebook group, the guy that made the extension. So I've been talking and chatting in his group and stuff. They recommend just going to Airbnbs and renting an Airbnb for the day and making videos about every single product in that Airbnb that you can find on Amazon. So literally you can rent a $45 to $100 a night and make 50 videos and pay for the Airbnb.
That's interesting. How long does it take you to make 50 videos? So
Record?
yeah.
I mean, I did enough recording yesterday in an hour and a half, and I'll probably get I would say 24 videos out of it. Basically they can be they're not full long produced videos. Average a minute to 2 minutes and like very short, like, hey, let's look at the product. So I can open it up, I can look at it, then I can evaluate it, then I can do a video on the specs. And so get 3 videos out of recording for 5 minutes and then just multiply that and just stack up the products and just record and then sit down and edit it all as the time consumer. So if I had 24 hours in a place that I rented, I'd just be filming and looking up info and stuff like that. But a lot of people are doing really well with like furniture that they sell on Amazon. I mean, high dollar, high ticket items obviously is going to make you more.
Yeah, and if you need furniture anyway, you might as well.
Well, right.
That B&B trick is a good one because, how many of us who run Airbnbs just ordered it all from Amazon so we didn't have to deal with picking it up.
It was as soon as he said it, I'm like,
I like literally have a bed and mattress in my bedroom right now that came off Amazon.
that's what is that? How does that?
I don't know. When Jack does this, it does something funny, but I just did a thumbs up and it gave me a thumbs up.
Is that on your camera or on StreamYard?
No, StreamYard does it, but I guess it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty intense.
I figured out maybe it's just one. This one was funny because but I don't know if it. Anyway, every so often you just do a gesture and it surprises you. So
yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was, but we digress. Like squirrel, 2 ADHD people on StreamYard, and it starts doing that. Come on, guys, give me more.
All of a sudden it popped up there and I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I did, but it was definitely a thumbs up. Okay. Food Forest Farm says, and your stay is 100% a write-off. So maybe you're with a romantic place. It depends on if you're single or not. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Another thing that I'm contemplating is like the return pallets at some point. If I build up a stockpile of funds to reinvest and pick up a pallet of returns and then sell the products. And that's what a lot of the people say they do too, is they don't buy the products and keep them. You would like fill up a house instantly, but they buy them, sell them at a 40% discount and make the video and make the vig off the video and hopefully more. So that's where a lot of the research and what products are worth doing come into play once you start spending money.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like next month, if you make double, like $500, are you going to get the B&B the next month, or like how are you going to do that?
Well, so right now I'm actually reaching out to companies and having companies reach out to me. So it was weird. I got accepted to this and I started making videos, and all of a sudden companies noticed me. They started contacting me and asking me, hey, we saw your Starlink videos on YouTube and we make aftermarket Starlink stuff. Would you like to talk about it? We'll send you some stuff. I'm like, yeah, rock on, man, rock on. And then I also found Shopify collab, which is pretty interesting. Basically, everybody that has a Shopify site has an opportunity to open up to influencers. And they can put a listing there. A lot of them give free products to sample, but you basically go into a storefront or a marketplace and pick the companies you want to talk to and apply and say, hey, this is my community. Here's my socials. It links to all your socials so they can check out and see if you got 0 followers or whatever. But I've gotten a little bit of a pile of products from there. And if somebody's selling on Shopify and they're willing to give out gifting, they're more than likely selling on Amazon too.
Yeah.
So you usually end up with an affiliate link through Shopify, a direct to their store with a discount code, but you also get the content for Amazon and throw it up there too.
Interesting. So are you worried at all about Amazon changing the rules completely and it cutting this income stream off?
I'm never going to rely on it. It's always going to be after the fact. I'm going to make it and put it in a pot and then use it after I've made it. So if it's gone, it's not coming in anymore. So I'm not going to.
It's like you use it for something, but you're not using it for day-to-day expenses.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a loan based on my Amazon income by any means.
Yeah, I just know so many people for the associates program who, when they decrease the percentage commission,
Yep.
we're in trouble.
Well, and that's the nice part about parlaying the Shopify collabs is getting direct relationships with those companies while still making the extra on Amazon. You're still building that relationship with a company and making that direct affiliate. The reason I felt like I could actually do this is my success with direct relationship with Blockstream selling hardware wallets. I never had a lot of success selling shit online. Like that's not my world. Like I don't understand a lot of the SEO and pushing out blog posts. I'm not a blogger. Your video, like your social media presence really dictates your reach unless you're willing to spend money. But I found a product that I understood and I could talk about, and I recommended it. Like truly, I use it. And so I just started talking about it because I used it. And then all of a sudden I started selling it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just have to talk about it more, because when I would pick up affiliate links for Amazon, like for XYZ product, I'd throw it in a show link and I'd mention it as the item of the day, but it wasn't like I was talking about it every day because I was using it every day. Once I realized that, hey, I can talk about this product and I can show you how to use it and do demo videos and all that, you actually sell products.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't have a lot of associate links, but I have like affiliate links from different people. And it's got to be something I actually believe in for me to accept it, right? So if it's something I've never used and people are like, hey, you can get affiliate money by selling my coffee cup, I'm like, yeah, but I haven't tried your coffee cup. Right. But I'm surprised how many people will then use it. And I sell things all the time that I don't have affiliate links for.
Yeah.
Like I got this thing that holds my hair up, and my hair is like super long. It goes down to my rear. And I'm like, I have a different thing that holds my hair, but it's like, this thing's really comfortable. Like I can't go outside and shake my head around too much. It'll eventually come out, but it just holds my hair super easy in, easy out. I'm not ripping hair apart with it. I love this. And I just said that online, and like 6 people in the comments are like, can you send me that link? Can you send me that link? And I'm like, I wish I had an affiliate link for Amazon because that is where I got it. But yeah.
Right. I
when you realize that, you're like, I gotta be careful what I say I like too.
Yeah.
Like I have to be so clear. I like it this week. I've only tried it a week. I don't know what it's gonna be like in a year. Yeah.
Yeah. All of the companies that I'm reaching out to, I definitely ask for a product. Like, I'll throw a link out before I get it if they're willing to send and say, hey, I'm getting some of these in the mail. If you want to try them out with me, go ahead. I haven't tried it yet. And then I'll make the video, and I tell the companies when they sell me shit, like, if I make the video and I don't like it, I'll let you know. And maybe you don't want me to post the video, but I'm not gonna say I like it if I don't. And they're okay with that. They're okay with that. So if I make a video and put it on YouTube and it sucks and they're okay with that, then I put it up. If they say, hey, I'd rather you not, thanks for testing it out, then I won't put it out. Like, they sent me something, I didn't buy it. So I give them my opinion. If they don't want my opinion, then that's cool.
Something Dixie from Homemade Wanderlust has done when companies send her stuff is she does giveaways to her listeners with the stuff that was sent to her for free. So she'll do the review. She does an honest review. And then every so often she has like this clear out. It's like sleeping bags and all this stuff. And I thought that was a really good way for two reasons. One, you don't end up with the mountain of crap. Mm-hmm. And two, you're not like, I'm not trying to benefit from having the thing. Right. I was just testing the thing.
Right. And that, I mean, that's what I tell them. I reached out to a company about some remote surveillance stuff for Tim's property. I'm like, hey, if you send it to me, I'll install it. I will install it. I'll go and install it. Their whole shtick is how easy and user-friendly it is. I will go make a video of me installing it. We'll use it. And if we like it, we'll sell them. If we don't, we'll just have it.
Yeah. Do you know what company? Are you willing to share what company that is, or is it a secret?
Lynn, they haven't accepted it yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't even, it's a tech end. It's not anybody you'd like recognize the name by any means.
I've had a lot of luck installing the Wyze camera system.
Oh, okay.
WYZE. You do want Wi-Fi for them though, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a company that actually their target market is construction companies setting up remote surveillance for construction sites and stuff like that.
So big brother of you,
isn't it? And it's all remote wireless through a cell router, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I was digging into it. I was like, I could talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's actually kind of what I want down at the pasture. Cameras through a cell router, because I don't want to extend the mesh a 1/10 of a mile away. It's too much in my butt. Because every time it goes out, I gotta go down a 1/10 of a mile and deal with it.
Right.
But it'd be great to look in from time to time and be like, are they still in the fence? Or at time when I hear the dogs barking, like, is there a predator that I can see? Which means I need the nighttime vision, which the Wyze cameras have. So, I think I can think about all sorts of homestead applications for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people use their wireless network because their homestead is really, really compact, and like their zone 1, zone 2 is within their Wi-Fi network. But when you want the surveillance on the back fence and stuff, having something like that you can flip on. I have cameras in the trailer that are on our Wi-Fi, but that's just because I have Starlink now, or when I had the cell router. If I didn't have cell signal or anything, it'd be useless to me. This one has they have some extended reach antennas and some different stuff for low cell areas. So that's why I kind of gravitated towards them, because Tim's place has no cell signal.
Oh, I'm shocked. Knowing the area where it is, I'm shocked to hear that. Totally driven through that part of Tennessee.
Like if I turn the Starlink off, I might be able to make a phone call where we sit here and we're like in town.
Yeah, that's not unusual. Actually, Smithville, Tennessee, which is near me, until recently it was that way. There were parts of town where my Verizon did not work.
Oh yeah, they just denied a cell tower too.
Well, it's gonna work. It's got to be near Walmart. Like that'd be the one place you might have to call and say, are we out of milk? Whatever.
You gotta jump on their Wi-Fi and use Wi-Fi calling.
Yeah, well, I guess the one time I tried to jump on their Wi-Fi, it wasn't working, but that's because a tornado had hit a major communications center in Tennessee. Nobody's Wi-Fi. Well, their Wi-Fi was working. Their internet wasn't working. So.
You mean those terms aren't interchangeable? You can tell who you're talking to when they're like, I can't get any Wi-Fi here on my phone. And you're like standing out in the middle of a field.
Yeah, I know why.
Eh,
Yeah, I know that. I've learned a lot about it. I mean, I used to do networking for companies, but I never had to do anything super challenging. And Brian, who is in our sort of Tennessee GSD crew, he put a mesh network in here so that workshop attendees at my spring workshop could get access to the internet all over the property.
nice.
And
Nice.
and then we tapped it in because we have a classroom at a different building at a different property. That one's like the mesh doesn't overlap yet, but they both have two internet connections. It's the same password. And when we get the middle part figured out, then you'll be able to walk all the way down there if you want to on
Nice.
different things. But
Nice.
you know,
My gas station work, you wouldn't think so, but that really comes in handy with all this networking stuff because all the credit card stuff was all secure router and IP address, and oh man, it was fun to learn. And then right as I was getting out of it, they were going to they were going wireless. They were doing over IP. They were doing data over IP because of the chip cards and all the data that had to be transferred. They couldn't do it over a twisted pair wire anymore. And then they were going wireless stuff, and it was just a nightmare with the secure routers they had to use for credit card processing.
no fun.
No.
Yeah, we're not doing that here.
Hardwire all your stuff.
Actually, my cabin is hardwired to the house.
Nice.
Because like the mesh could handle that, but I already had it hardwired because I used to have just a bridge down there, and the same thing was like every time the stupid bridge went out, I'm like, I gotta go down to the cabin and reset everything in a specific order, or else they won't talk to each other.
Right.
The one Brian put in is more resilient than that. I was doing that, 15 years ago. Things were not as plug and play 15 years ago.
Right. Well, that's the thing is some of the equipment that I'm looking at from this company, I'm like, there's such better solutions for this, but they're not selling it to the average person using it for their house or their remote property. They're selling it to somebody that has an IT guy that's going to set it up, even though it's not super complicated. That's why I was like, hey, maybe you got a niche with somebody setting them up for remote surveilling on secondary properties and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be a good side hustle for you, considering what you do.
I mean, I could figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, so
but yeah, this is kind of, I'm really enjoying this. I think when I mentioned it to you the first time is like I landed on this because I was kind of struggling trying to pick what to focus on. I have a lot of things set up that are just kind of in auto flow right now with like the Comfree sales and different stuff like that. But I wanted to focus on something, and Tim actually looked at me and said, well, what are you making money doing right now consistently? And it was YouTube and Amazon. It was, or YouTube and affiliate links, basically, not even Amazon. And he's like, well, how can you focus on that? And like 2 days later, when we hit 2,000 subscribers, I was every 500 I was applying again to the Amazon influencers, and I hit 2,000 and it instantly accepted me. And I was like, well, that's what I'm going to make money on right there. And it was like all that synchronicity stuff. Like I asked the question, I got the answer, and then it hit me in the face how to do it. It's like, okay.
Well, and the funny thing about that is it hit you in the face, and yet things like that hit us in the face all the time, and we don't notice that our face just got hit.
Yeah.
So good for you for noticing.
Well, yeah, it was nice to be able to take the opportunity, and it came at the right time. So
yeah. So what would you say to aspiring content creators who want to get started on this? Like, what advice do you have for them?
Apply and see if you get accepted. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the thresholds for Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And just make videos. Just make, oh God, John's talking mustard. Just make videos and see what works. That's something from my morning show. So I told a funny story the other day, but about mustard. But make videos, make videos, and keep trying new things. Find groups. I found a very supportive group through that extension that you don't have to use the extension to be in the group, but it's like 300 people that are all influencers, and they're all willing to help. Like it's not a zero sum game. Me making money doesn't mean they're not making money. So everybody's really friendly, and watch YouTube videos and figure it out. All the information is out there. There's people like me that are doing it from ground zero. There's people that are scamming. I don't want to say scamming, but like fluffing numbers and not being forthcoming on like how big their social media presence is, and say, oh, I made $10,000 this month on Amazon Influencer. Well, you also have like 5 million followers on TikTok and this and that.
Did you see that?
Yeah. But yeah, there's a ton of information out there, and you have to sift through it and find the people that are being genuine, are going to tell you the truth and actually what's working and what's not. But they're out there. There's plenty out there, and find the one that jives with you and watch a lot of their stuff and learn from them.
Go to the Lot Project and watch what he's been sharing about it the whole month, guys.
Well, I mean, you could do that. You can do that too. I'm gonna.
You've done some of this work for people. You're like, hey, I found this thing and I have this other thing. Like, you might as well use that. If you can.
I mean, for sure. I'm doing a weekly, every Sunday it comes out. It's like 15 to 20 minutes about what I did during the week, what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't, what worked, what didn't. I show you exactly what I made. I have a tracker that I pull up on the screen and say, I made this much this week, and this is how much for the month, and these are my goals for next week. And then I think every month I'm going to do a monthly summary video. So there's going to be a ton of information, and yeah, there's a playlist, and I'll send you links to it. I'll send you a link to
show notes.
What's that?
I'll put them in the show notes if you do that.
Yeah, I got a link to both my storefront on Amazon, so you can go and check out all the videos. And like, there's
giving money, guys.
Yeah, there's no I don't think there's a magic bullet to any of it. I think it's a lot of seeing what's working for other people, doing what you think might work for you. I asked a question in the group the other day, and I said, hey, I see you can upload either vertical or horizontal video. Has anybody messed around with like TikTok style, like the CapCut, auto cut stuff, just the flashing pictures, no talking or anything? And they're like, nobody kind of really replied for a while. And somebody was like, I'm wondering the same thing. And no one had tried it. I threw one up there. It's been one of my best videos that I've done. I've sold more commission off that video than anything, because it's like a $300 product and it's just working. But I also threw like 7 more the next week that haven't done shit. So it's not like
no firm answer on that then.
Well, right. So you got to throw a lot at it. And I think it's volume. I think it's quantity. I think it really is quantity. From what I see from the feedback of the people that are making $100 a day. And that's my goal right now, is when I want to hit as $100 average a day for 30 days. So $3,000 a month would be a benchmark that I want to hit before the end of the year. But the feedback from them is, you have items that sell every day. You have items that sell every once in a while. And then you have big items that'll sell every great once in a while. And that's where their kind of income streams come together. Is you got a few things that'll sell all the time, and those will rotate through. He's like, some things you put a video up and it doesn't get put on a product page, and then all of a sudden it becomes in favor for some reason, and you start selling with it. So it's quantity. It's quantity and putting a variety of things out there. I think.
Like cold calling.
Yeah, but you're making videos. The beauty of it is, though, I'm also getting YouTube content out of the videos. Like, I'm putting those videos I'm putting on Amazon, I'm just producing them in longer format, or even exactly the same, and adding hit the like and subscribe or whatever, click the link in the show notes or whatever I can't do on Amazon. And I'm putting a different video up on YouTube, and that's just more content there too, promoting the products.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you
Just
the one
funky.
change I made this year that really helped me on YouTube is I post videos at the same time of day now.
I have a little thing here on my whiteboard, actually, my recommended time that I post videos every day.
Yeah.
It's from the analytics page. It's
Okay.
different for every day.
That's interesting. What I did, because I'm more of a long form podcast, is I locked in on days of the week and times of the day. I have more engagement on my videos. I have more views on my videos. I have more subscribers coming in.
Nice. Oh, for your live?
My lives, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just do mine. I do mine in what it is. I'm kind of building a crew in the morning, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the show is really changing. I got to a point where I was like, I'm focusing on this other thing and I'm putting a lot of time into this thing and it's not really, I mean, it's great. It's a great release and outlet for me. I'm building community and all the things and it makes a little money here and there, but it wasn't going to be my horse for sure. And so I really cut back on really diving in and making long show format notes, and we bullshit in the morning. It's a morning show. It's really transitioning into a morning show with a couple topics and a lot of bullshitting with the live stream, and I'm really enjoying it. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing engagement go up, and I'm seeing what I'm benefiting out of it go up.
That's cool. Yeah. It's just funny. I made that change at the beginning of January, and I also got really steady with where the shorts come. But you're right. I can actually see, I can tell you which day and time the short's going to go to 2000 versus 12.
Check this out. I had a short, so I've been posting a dog short every day.
Yeah.
Corey posts them on TikTok. I strip them from TikTok and put them on YouTube. Same video, different music usually. So they've been doing pretty well, 2,000 to 3,000 views, and then it'll be like 3 or 4 days in a row. And I do it at the same time every day because I do it after my show. And then every couple days it'll be like 100, and then like 5.
5, yeah.
And then it'll go back up. And I'm like, well, what was different about that video or anything? The other day I was sitting there and my subscribers were jumping because I was checking stats on another video, and when I refreshed it, it had gone up like 2 or 3 subscribers. I was like, what's going on? I look at the short I had just posted that day, and it was at like 50 views, so like nothing incredible. I looked at my analytics. I had a video from 2 months earlier. It was like 7 weeks earlier that had gotten 41 likes the first day, had gotten 0 likes for 0 views for 7 weeks, and it got 3.4 thousand views in 2 hours. 3 weeks later.
Highlighted on the
7 weeks later.
Organic YouTube search thing or something. You know how
yeah, Corey looked at me and said the right person shared it or the right person saw it, or I'm like, how random though.
Yeah, for a while there, I was like, I don't know why some videos do well and others don't. Like my ones that are kind of controversial will do well on the short side. But then I also notice day of week, time of day matters.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's funny that you go into the analytics on YouTube, and this is like Amazon too and everything. And if you use the tools they give you, they benefit you. So when you go in that analytics thing and it goes, hey, from our analysis on our platform, we would suggest that you post videos at this time on Mondays and this time on Tuesdays and this time, and then you do it and you get more interaction.
Mind blown. Yeah. I have an early audience. So late night posts. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like, the 6 a.m. post, man. That's the one.
Doing the bulk content's helping me kind of get ahead. I got behind with the weather. The weather really screws me because I can't really record a lot inside. I'm really limited in what product reviews I can do sitting right here because I'm in a box basically.
Yeah.
I do a lot of my stuff outside on the tailgate of the truck and stuff like that. So with the cold snap and then the rain for like 9 days straight, I wasn't able to record a lot of videos. So, but before that, doing the bulk content, I was basically making sure I did 6 product videos, or at least 6 different longer format videos, and then my weekly review. And I just scheduled those to post at the time that YouTube told me to.
Nice.
And it seemed to work, except I found out that all of a sudden one day somebody said, "Hey, you must be really busy today. I just got like 7 video notifications from you." I'm like, "What?"
That just
They're like,
happened.
they're like, "Yeah, it was all the review videos you did today." I was like, "I posted one a day for the last 7 days."
Yeah, that just happens. Yeah, like people won't get notices and they'll be like, "Wait, you're live?" I'm like, "Yeah." I do send a Monday mail out that tells you when I'm going to be live, like, and then sometimes YouTube actually tells you I'm live.
Yeah.
So sometimes it doesn't.
These guys start commenting. Pip says these guys start commenting on my live at 4 a.m. and I start at 6. So I'll log on at like 10 till to start getting everything ready, and I'll be reading like a journal that they're having conversations at like 4 in the morning between 2 or 3 of them. I'm like,
That's great.
do it to it,
Yeah.
do it to
That's
it.
more like how my Friday live is because it's a little less formal than like the
Yeah.
interview shows as much. But yeah.
I'm enjoying that, and that's what I did. That's my social interaction, and where I learned to talk as a bartender was that hit conversations like that.
Yeah.
I have the information. I enjoyed doing the shows. I enjoyed laying out an hour worth of content that was like educational, and it was a lot of work for what the return was. So if I'm gonna do it, I guess I got to do it my way and what benefits me.
You're just finding your style. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
more your style. You got to go
And
with that.
it's what I grew up listening to too, is, Howard Stern and that kind of more, not that I'm trying to emulate Howard Stern, but basically a morning talk show, morning talk radio show without the music.
Yeah. You can add music someday. The
I
tools are
mean,
there. The tools are there. Okay. Well, we're coming around on an hour. Let's tell everybody how to stay in touch with you and anything else you want to say about the influencers program.
oh, I'm going to start adding in. Well, that's the thing, is I'm benefiting on the associates program too. A lot of those links click back and end up benefiting the associates program. So it's all I'm finding it's all kind of coming into one. But if you want to see what I'm doing, you can go to thelotsproject.com, LOTSTHEELOTS project.com. All the links are there, or YouTube right now is what I'm focusing on, or Amazon. I'll have links to the playlist for the Amazon Influencer Program and my Amazon Influencer storefront, which is pretty easy. It's amazon.com/shop/the Lots Project. Pretty straightforward. They were good enough to give me that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing. If it takes a nosedive and I start making crap, I'll still do the videos. Like, I'll let people know. I'm not hiding anything in it. I'm not like making magic things in the background to make my stats go one way or the other. So if you're interested in an honest opinion and you're close to getting accepted, if you're getting accepted into the program and you want to kind of go along with me, I'd love comments and what other people are seeing too. So that's great. Check it out.
Well, guys, I'm really glad that Brian was willing to come on and just share transparently what his experience has been with the influencers program. It might be something you want to look at. I'll make sure I get all his links in the show notes for the audio podcast today. And if you like the show, want to support the work I'm doing here, you can do it 2 ways. 1, get your coffee at hollowroast.com. 2, consider becoming a member. We're doing a really cool marketing webinar February, I think it's around the 11th, with Sue Zoldak. I'm collecting questions in advance, and she's talking about branding, marketing, building your reach, that sort of thing. It's going to be a really cool one. Check that out at livingfreeintennessee.com. With that, guys, go out, make it a great week.